Last night, a Mavs fan wearing a Luka Lakers jersey sat next to new owner Patrick Dumont. The kid said he had flipped off Dumont months earlier after trading his favorite player, so he wanted to apologize. Then the 18-year-old told reporters what Dumont said to him. He said he was trying to do what's best for the organization, and sometimes you have good intentions and you make mistakes. At that exact moment, the owner just told a fan it was a mistake to trust his own GM, so it was a matter of time that Nico Harrison would be fired. How much time? 14 hours and 30 minutes. So first off, Mavs fans gotta thank that kid, but also a new GM will change everything. The clear move is trade Anthony Davis, maybe Kyrie Irving, build around Cooper Flagg. Because when Dallas got lucky with the #1 pick, that was the obvious thing to do, but the one guy who would never do it was Nico, but now he's gone. So a lot more is about to happen in Dallas, and we will get to it. But I am so excited that Mint Mobile is sponsoring today's video because the average American spends $141 per month on a phone bill. Mint can cost just $15 a month, and it's so easy to switch. People think it's hard to switch. It's not. Or the service isn't good. No. Mint provides 5G coverage to 98% of Americans, 4G LTE to 99%. That's unlimited talk and tax plus free calling to Mexico, Canada, and the UK. Plus, hotspot, 10 gigs hotspot on unlimited. And you can keep your phone number, all your existing contacts too when you switch. And all you have to do is sign up and activate in minutes with an eSIM from your house. That's it. 96% of users rate themselves as highly satisfied with Mint's customer care, and there's a 7-day money-back guarantee. So for a limited time this holiday season, you can get 50% off an unlimited premium wireless plan from Mint. Lock in Mint's lowest price of the year and pay just $15 a month for 3, 6, or 12-month plans. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code you see on your screen. Thanks again to Mint Mobile. But you do have to feel for this guy, Patrick Dumont. He is not a basketball person, but his mother-in-law, Miriam Adelson, buys the team from Mark Cuban, puts him in charge. He did the right thing, technically. Doesn't know anything about basketball, so he trusts his basketball people. When Nico said, hey, we're trading Luka, it sounded crazy, but what does Dumont know about basketball? He once said Shaq was an example of good work ethic. He once called the finals the championship games, like it's the Olympics or something. And a good owner does this. They trust their GM. The worst owners meddle in basketball decisions, like Vivek Ranadive on the Kings, James Dolan on the Knicks. And to be fair, Nico had made good trades for guys like PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford to surround Luka, and they made the finals. But then to drop Anthony Davis into a team built for Luka was a disaster. AD was the worst possible fit. Never mind the fact that he's 6 years older and injury prone. So trust ended up being a huge mistake and it backfired. Dumont immediately became the most hated owner in sports. There is a clip where he's walking to his seat for the first time after the trade. Crowd boos him like crazy. And you can see him ask his people, is that for me? Are they booing me? Dude had no idea. Yo, owning a sports team's supposed to be fun. What is happening? Pretty soon, he couldn't even go to games and it became a nightmare. The trade was basically sending Luka out for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and 1 first-round pick. The worst return imaginable. And why did that happen? Because Nico was so laser-focused on AD, he sabotaged himself. A report says that Nico spoke with Lakers GM Rob Pelinka for weeks, told him to keep it quiet. So when Pelinka asked to talk to Luka, Nico said no. So without the ability to gauge Luka's appetite to remain in LA long-term, the Lakers expressed, well, they can't go all in for him, and the Mavericks agreed. The Lakers then preserved their other first-round pick and Austin Reeves. So Nico fleeced himself for no reason. Normally, the team acquiring the player doesn't want to leak to prevent a bidding war. But in this case, the team trading the superstar didn't want a bidding war. That is so insane, it's hard to comprehend. I mean, if you have to trade a 25-year-old superstar in his prime, at least you maximize the return, unless you're Nico Harrison. And by the way, of course they didn't have to trade Luka Doncic. He just took them to a finals a few months before. But people ask, oh, but didn't the trade make him focused? How do you know if Luka was still in Dallas, he wouldn't still be fat and out of shape? Yeah, you're right, but you have to at least try at 25 years old. Look at how many chances Zion has gotten, or Ja Morant. Luka was nowhere near the point where you have to give up. And for Anthony Davis, so of course AD was injured at the time of the trade. They rush him back to play, and after 3 quarters gets injured again. Meanwhile, Luka, still fat mind you, leads the Lakers to a 3 seed in the stacked Western Conference. Then this offseason, dude goes on every magazine looking skinny, telling everybody, watch out for revenge. Then right on cue, Luka's out here dropping 37 a night while AD's injured again. So I would feel bad that Nico's vision never actually got a chance to play out. But we could see this coming. AD's nickname is Street Clothes. This was part of the vision. But in between all this, something unimaginable happens. Like if you put this in a movie script, they tell you, nah, take that out, that would never happen. With a 1.8% chance, they win the lottery for a generational Cooper Flagg. And I know people think that the NBA set that up, conspiracy, but that is something out of a movie. And after getting a gift from the basketball gods, 1.8% chance, Nico's got the gall to look into the camera and tell his own fans, hey, now you're starting to see the vision. What the f*** that guy? It's like telling people they're wrong to be upset when we all know you just got lucky. You're not good. And now fans can't even appreciate Cooper's development. All they see is their superstar dominating in purple and gold. It's not fair to Cooper or Mav fans. So cracks began to show in Dumont's trust. A report said that early this week, there was a disagreement on bringing AD back from this latest injury. Of course, he's injured again. And Nico Harrison was pushing for a return against doctors. Dumont stepped in and said, no, we are not going to rush him back just so you can stop the fire Nico chants, okay? You are not ruining this team. I'm sorry, but as soon as a guy like Patrick Dumont, who himself knows he doesn't know anything about basketball, is stepping in, it was all over. So with a new GM, expect major changes. The Mavs don't control their own pick until 2031 except for this year. So the obvious move is to tank this season for a high pick, trade AD, maybe Kyrie and other vets to build around Cooper. Let me be clear why this is necessary. Right now, they're trying to force Cooper into a win-now team with unreliable teammates. Then, no assets to build around Cooper in the future, which would kill Coop now and later. It would be like getting 2 generational talent, Luka and Cooper Flagg, and throwing them both away. They cannot do it. But it turns out the 2026 draft is stacked at the top, especially 1 and 2. These kids, Darren Peterson and AJ DeBonsta, would be amazing for Cooper Flagg, so the Mavs have to try. I know the lottery is a total crapshoot, but they're near the bottom of the West, and it only took me 4 spins on Tankathon.com for Mavs to go number 1. I know it's early, it's ridiculous to go on Tankathon, but the Mavs can't afford to be middle of the pack. Gotta tank, so trade AD now. Now, I do want to do an entire video exploring all the moves that Dallas can make. But AD is tricky, okay? He's still very good when available, but that's always a question. They will not get a superstar package unless AD gets healthy, then plays like a superstar to up his value. But that wouldn't be good because that would win the Mavs a bunch of games, which they don't want. So accept a low value and move on. But what landing spots are realistic? Well, I think high on the list is Chicago. AD is a Chi-Town native. He has flirted with them for years. They look good and they want to be even better. Plus, they have Kobe White to swap. Kobe would be a nice guard to pair with Cooper Flagg. Another spot is Miami. They are always star hunting. AD loves to play the 4, which works well with Bam Adebayo. And like I said, a lot of time to go into the future. But right now, Dallas got what they deserved. I don't think they are ever going to get over the Luka trade. But this is a good start. And a good story right now in the NBA is on the Bucks. Ryan Rollins is a breakout player for Milwaukee, but did you know his career almost ended 2 years ago? The Bucks actually gave him a second chance at an NBA career. He was once cut by the Wizards after getting arrested, but the story of his comeback is wild.